Well, we're on a journey that we're calling More Than Words as we as a church take a few weeks and look at what's commonly known as the Lord's Prayer. And as we're discovering in this series, it's more than words. It's not just the words to say, the words to pray. It's actually a lifestyle to live. It's a way of life. It's a posture of life that should be evident in everything that we do. And I'm here at the ball field because this is much of our fall for our family is spent here as all four of my boys are playing football. And you see behind me, some of them are practicing. I'm probably supposed to be out there coaching right now, but instead I'm coming to you right now. And here's my question for you. How are you competing? How are you competing? I'm a fairly competitive person. Those of you who know me know that's true about me. One of my top 5 strengths is competition. And discovered this in a unique way very early on in our marriage. Kelly and I, we would be playing backgammon. We really enjoyed playing backgammon together. And there would be times where I would lose, a lot of times. But some of the times that I would lose, I would not respond in a very gracious way. Instead of being happy that my wife won, I would be very unhappy that I didn't win, and would kind of get frustrated and noticeably frustrated to her. And so my competition kind of took me over the edge. And that's not the kind of competition I'm talking about today, though. Today, I want to encourage you with a few words from the Apostle Paul. He used this athletic analogy to draw people's attention to their relationship with Christ. And he says this in 1 Corinthians 9. He says, everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last. He's talking about just the nature of competition, and that when people are competing in the games, they work really, really hard in order to get some sort of prize, some sort of reward, some sort of accolade. And whatever that prize is, whatever the accolade is, whatever my sons may potentially win, playing football, youth league football, all of those things will eventually pass away. Nobody knows who won the Gwinnett County Championship in 1988. I do, because I was on the team, but for lack of better terms, nobody knows. Nobody cares. Those things that we work hard to get in life often pass away. But what Paul's saying here is that the work that we do in our relationship with Jesus is something that lasts forever. The effort, the energy, the intentionality that we put into our relationship with Jesus is something that lasts forever. And Paul's relating that as he talks about this athletic analogy. He says, do you not know that in a race all the runners run? This is verse 24, 1 Corinthians 9. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Run in such a way as to get the prize. Now, we may hear that and think, okay, it's all about effort. And that's not ultimately what Paul is talking about. Paul is not saying that if you just try really hard, God will like you or God will love you more. If you try really hard, you can make Jesus happy. As you read all of his writings, you can see that he is convinced that God's love for us is beyond all comprehension. So it's not about earning his love. It's about arranging our lives and arranging our days so that we experience more of his love. And that is the running that he's talking about. As you look at your life, as you look at the way things are lined up, as you look at the decisions you're making, the relationships you prioritize, the things you prioritize, are you running in such a way as to win the prize? And not just some prize that's going to fade away, not some prize that nobody's going to know about in 20 years, but are you running after a prize that's going to last forever? Namely, the fruit that God would produce in your life as you abide in him, as you pursue him, as you prioritize him, as you surrender to him and give him your time and your attention and your affection. So how are you competing today? How are you running today? Think about that. We'll see you next time.